Hi everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Guns and Outdoors. Today I want to talk a little bit about handguns and the techniques that I use and what made me a better shooter than what I was and a safer shooter, and I enjoy it a lot more. Okay, to begin with, we're going to be using our M&P 40 for our demonstration. Mag's empty. She's empty. Alright. Start off with, there's basically two types of stance. I'm going to have to move way back here so y'all can see my feet and my legs. Hopefully y'all see that good enough there. A lot of people will stand exactly straight, feet planted firmly. You know, have a little give in your knees, and everything's just straight on towards you. I see some of the pro shooters like Jerry, he shoots like this, and I mean, he's awesome. But for me, I cannot shoot like this. It just doesn't feel good. I put one foot, my left foot in front of the other, and tend to shoot like this. So to begin with, find out which stance suits you and you feel more comfortable with and you do the best with. Alright, now for the handgun itself. Whatever handgun you have, that's the one you need to practice with and shoot the most, especially your everyday carry, so you can really get used to it and try to get just as good as you can. Now, on actually putting it in your hand, I see a lot of people come in, they'll grab one, oh yeah, that feels pretty good. You know, bang, 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 and all this stuff. Or they're doing this business right here. This does nothing at all. The way that I do it, and I believe it's the proper way, at least it works for me, and I see a lot of others do it the same. First of all, look at the back of your firearm, right here. That is where the web of that hand goes. You want to plant it firm in there and up as high as you can get it. Just like that. See how comfortable that is? Wrapping 3 fingers around like that right there. Of course, keep that finger off that trigger. With your fingers pointed straight, your hand is planted right there. And hopefully y'all see this good. The firearm is in line with my arm, pretty much. You got that nice straight shot there. Now that's your dominant hand if you're right-handed like me, or if you're left-handed. And now you'll notice, see this open space right here? Okay, the way that I do it, let me move the camera a little bit around here. Okay. I got my 3 fingers wrapped around, my thumb's pointing forward, my trigger finger's out here. Take that palm of your hand, and it goes in that empty spot right there. Place it there, thumb forward. See how that thumb naturally falls right underneath that one? And you can get your grip just like that. Some people, I can't do it, but I notice some people do this right here, and that other finger will go up here. Some of these guns are knurled up here so you can get a little bit of a grip. If that works for you, that's fine. But for the most part, basically, take up that empty space right there with your left hand, thumbs forward, and there you go. Alright, now we got our hand placement. Firearm is in line with our arm. Our dominant hand is holding. Finger there. And we have it. Now we're ready to shoot. Next thing, lining up your sights. I had a gentleman here the other day, and he literally did not know how to line up his sights. And like I told him, run the 3 dots across. Well, he had been doing it as like 2 dots on your back sight and the dot up here, like that. And I told him, no, run them all 3 just like that. And take your time. And I'm talking about target shooting. I'm not talking about self-defense shooting here. This is for the enjoyment of your gun. Get them 3 lined up just so perfect. And if your sights are set right, you'll hit what you're aiming at. And you got your grip down pat. You're holding your firearm correctly, excuse me. And you practice, you got your sights where they're lining up very well, and it works good for you. And remember, when you grip, have a decently firm grip on your handgun. You know, don't limp wrist it or anything like this, and you ain't got to put the death grip on it where you're going to crush the thing neither. You know, just a good, comfortable handheld on it, enough where it's going to hold it, but don't overdo it to where you're just, you know, shaking because you're trying to grip it to death, because that ain't going to get you nowhere. Now, and this is a biggie, trigger control. You have to get used to your trigger. When you're shooting, and I've done this, you know, I take several different guns out there, and I don't shoot these guns before I go out there and do a video. You know, y'all know me. I hit the workbench, I take them apart, I let y'all see them, and then I take them straight out there and shoot them. So I'm not really 100% sure of the triggers of the trigger pull, and I myself have pulled left, right, or up and down. And that's something that's very important, because what you want to do, you get your hands in here very well, you get your finger on your trigger. Now, as you're pulling your trigger, you want to see where your finger is sitting on the trigger. For me, that crease right there is where I set my finger. And when I do that, when I'm shooting, I don't pull left or right or up or down. I just click. See, the gun didn't move. Now, I'm not sure of other people how they shoot. Some people may use the end of their finger, but I found out if you're using the end, it tends to push it to the left a little bit. And if you get a whole lot of finger in there, you may pull to the right some. Because, I mean, naturally, as your hand manipulates, it's going to move something around. So you have to find that sweet spot that works for you, that you can pull your trigger, one nice smooth motion, without moving your firearm. And a good way to practice that, thing that my daddy taught me back in the day, he used to take a pistol and just set like a nickel up on the barrel and have me hold it out there and pull the trigger. You'd be surprised how many times that nickel fell off, or at least it moves some. So, I mean, good trigger control is definitely a must. You know, get that down pat. So, recap right quick. You got your stance. You're comfortable with the way you're standing. You got that grip properly. You're properly holding your firearm. You got that sight picture. And you got that trigger pull down pat. So you got it going on pretty smooth. And another thing that I did learn, and I actually learned this several years ago, it's been several years ago, when I went and took my handgun carry permit class. I was one of them people, when I shot, of course, yeah, I took a 1911 to the class. I love it. But when I was holding all the way out here like this out here. And even though I was hitting fair, I wasn't hitting as good as I could. The instructor come by and they says, Paul, you don't need to be 20 feet out there. Pull that in some. Bend them elbows a little bit. Get a little more comfortable. So like with the grip, don't overdo it with the grip. You know, get in your comfort zone. Now for me, about right here is, works really well instead of being way out here. And I find when I pull it in here, I'm more comfortable with holding the firearm, no matter which one I'm using. And the sights are a shade closer so I can see better. So what you need to do, just like I did, I practice these different techniques, watch other guys on YouTube videos like, like Jerry and such as that, the way they shot and everything, and I paid attention to listen to them. And just like, the instructor at the handgun carry permit class. This guy's an instructor for a reason. He's got to know something. Well, and just show me that one little bit right there, it helped me out a lot. And like I say, we got your stance, your grip, your sight, the way you hold it, and that trigger pull. When all of them come together, you're on target. You're hitting, you're having fun, and following the safety steps like I done in the previous video. Keep that finger off that trigger until you're ready to shoot. You're being safe. And all of this boils down to, you're going to enjoy your handgun more, you're going to hit better, and just the overall experience is going to be enhanced that much more. Well, I hope y'all like this video. I know it wasn't a long one, but I thought this was one that I could do, and maybe some people would get some pointers out of and learn a little bit from. That's how I learned, listening to other people and catching their information. Well, everybody, thank y'all so very much for watching. Please leave some comments and any suggestions that you may have. And if you can, hit us up on Patreon and support us there. We'll do good with it, I promise. And please, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank y'all very much, and y'all be safe and enjoy.